I fished the Susquehanna River in 40 Fort as a kid a while back, and a nicer river you could never hope to find. But there were times like June of 1972 when it could get nasty.
This is about where it broke through, I think.
Right in here?
Yeah.
Brian Glenn wasn't born when a hurricane named Agnes came calling, but his parents and grandparents were. Using their stories and their photos, as well as others, he has written a book. It speaks to the time Agnes came to Wyoming Valley. It rained and rained and rained back in June of 1972. The water the storm brought took the river from benign friend to raging enemy. It attacked the 40 Fort Cemetery about here. The result was scenes resembling a grade B late Friday night horror movie, but all this was real. Coffins lay about in disarray. Some were washed downstream, their contents never to return to final rest.
After they got this with new grass, they put in the monument just to kind of pay respect to the people that bodies were never found, couldn't be reinterred properly.
And across Wyoming Valley, the Susquehanna wrecked what it could. If not, it covered what it touched with mud that stank of diesel fuel and sewage. Baked by the hot sun that followed, the mud dried rock hard, freezing forever the treasures of families in the valley. It was enough to make you cry, and many did. But Brian found a never-quit spirit that got things moving, haltingly perhaps, but moving nevertheless.
It's in that valley DNA, I guess, that, well, we can't sit here and cry forever. We got to clean it up. And they did it. They worked all day, full-time jobs, and then they spent all night throwing out their lives.
In the end, as Brian's book points out, the residents fought back and won. Still, when it rains hard, when the river comes up, the memories come too. Memories of those days in 1972 when it rained and rained and rained. Mike Stevens, News Watch 16 on the Pennsylvania Road in 44.